Yep. Kiriburu. CDA activism, what's up? Johnny Phantom, what's up?
Hey, ever.
How about we just get fucking through this Matt Walsh bullshit first?
You know, Jeffrey Marsh is a name that has probably come up in the Daily Cancellation before. He's a 45-year-old creep who's gained prominence in the groomer community through TikTok videos.
45-year-old creep groomer. This is coming from the guy who said 16-year-old girls are the most fertile, and he sees nothing wrong with teenage girls getting groomed to marry older men.
He was promoting transgenderism to kids. Now, according to the bio on his website, his videos have received over 1 billion views in total. He goes on to pad his stats in his bio by claiming to be, quote, the first non-binary public figure to appear on national television. Of course, non-binary simply means that he's a dude who wears eyeshadow and women's clothing. And if you believe that Jeffrey Marsh is the first guy to do that on TV, I would like to introduce you to something called the 1980s, where it was quite common. There's nothing bold or pioneering about cross-dressing. In fact, at this point, it's much more unique for a man to appear on television wearing men's clothing. If you really want to be a trendsetter, simply dare to be normal in this society. One other possible note of interest from Marsh's bio, it says, quote, Jeffrey has studied and taught Zen for over 20 years. Their rigorous training while living as a monk at a Buddhist monastery in California, as chronicled in his book, How to Be You, resulted in Jeffrey receiving the status of precepted facilitator in the Soto Zen tradition of Buddhism. The rank of precepted facilitator is an elite category and marks a Zen practitioner trained to assist anyone towards spiritual growth. So in keeping with his distinctive and individualistic approach to life, Jeffrey Marsh calls himself a Buddhist, just like literally every other liberal white guy in California. And by the way, at the risk of butchering Buddhist teachings, I don't pretend to be an expert on the subject because I don't pretend to be Buddhist, unlike Jeffrey Marsh. But I'm pretty sure that one of the fundamental ideas in Buddhism is that you're supposed to detach yourself from desire. But the LGBT cult totally defines itself by its desires. It teaches that life is best lived in pursuit of what you desire, no matter what your desires might be. This represents, if anything, a kind of anti-Buddhist philosophy, it seems to me. It's like,
Literally, none of this makes any fucking sense. Is this just all rambling to make the video long enough to run multiple ads?
that's the opposite of what Buddhism is. But I'll leave it to the Buddhists to make that case. Today, my concern is one of the most recent videos posted by this non-binary Buddhist Zen cross-dressing groomer monk. In this video, as he has in so many other videos, Marsh attempts to definitively debunk the anti-trans propaganda disseminated by vile transphobes like yours truly, for example, Here it is.
Hi, kids. There's no such thing as a boy or a girl, and I can prove it. So gather around the family, the parents, everybody, answer my questions. You either say boys or girls. Who's usually taller? Oh, boys? Okay. But you've met some short boys, right? You met some tall girls. So
I think this is a bad way to introduce the topic. Gender and sex are a spectrum. Doesn't mean there's neither male nor female. It just means there's male and female, and there's spectrums in between. That's how we should have presented this. Just because there's no binary, it doesn't mean neither exist.
usually boys are taller, but not always. Okay. Who likes the color pink? Girls? Okay, but you've met girls who don't like pink. And you met boys who do like pink, so usually girls like pink, but not always. Everything you can think of that makes a boy or makes a girl is usually, but not always. And some of them are not even usually. Where does that leave you? Free. You get to like what you like. You get to be who you are. Maybe you're even like me, and you're not a boy or a girl.
Wow. Brilliant. I mean, the great thing about this argument is that I can use it to erase literally anything from existence. For example, most penguins are black and white, but some penguins are albino and have all white feathers. Therefore, penguins don't exist. The average length of a novel is 90,000 words.
That's not what...
You David Roms. How are you doing tonight? You seem a bit down. As obese person trying to build muscle. How would you recommend I find out my recommended protein? I would assume lean body mass is the way to go, since I have so much extra fat.
Yes, calculate required protein with lean body mass. If you go by total body weight, you're gonna have like 1 billion grams of protein per day. Thanks for the donation, Philo. Appreciate it. I can't stand this. Just fuck everything.
Welcome back to another podcast here in the Ram's Den. And today I'm joined by James Aspey, very special guest today. You're an international animal rights activist. Your vegan speeches have been seen by millions. You did a year of silence for animals. You did 24 hours of getting tattooed to raise awareness for animals. And you're the reason that many people have gone vegan after listening to your speeches. So it's great to have you back again and back from the dead, back to life after a year and a half. How you doing, mate?
Thanks for having me on again, bro. Always good to chat to you. I've been following your work, and it's awesome stuff, man. Glad that you and other people have been doing such a good job while I've been basically dead, or wanting to be dead. That's how I've been feeling. That a wild ride, bro. But now I'm doing a lot better. I've actually, I had I'll go through sort of everything, but
yeah, we're gonna get into it.
I made a video like a few weeks or so ago that I posted just the other day, and talking about like the chronic pain I've been suffering. It's been a really intense ride, but I'd had 2 months of being feeling good, and then I made that video, and like a day or two later, I got so bad again, in like a totally new spot, which is something that can commonly happen with chronic pain, and yeah, it happened, dude. I was so bummed, and I just today, and sort of a bit yesterday, but just today, feeling a lot better. I've been like, yeah, it's a wild ride, bro. It's like been smashing me hard.
The last time I heard from you before now, basically, was when you sent me that video of you getting this neck treatment with the wood. And that, man, oh God, like I watched that very closely. I was like, I couldn't believe what was happening in that video. I couldn't actually believe that it was going in so far. Oh my, for those who haven't seen this, you should go watch it in his last, not last video, the one before. It's like, there's like a wooden, you explain it because it's just.
So how do I explain this? I got into a point where I was like so desperate, and you know, I'm seeing this massage therapist who's like this big, strong guy, and he comes and he's like, all right, man, like your body, your muscles are like steel cables. Your hips are like concrete, you know? And I'm just like, just please help me, bro. Just fix me. Like, I'm dying. I don't want to be in pain anymore. Please help me. And so he brings out this chunk of wood on like probably the 10th or something massage we'd had. Because like I'm nearly crying through his massage, bro. I'm just like, you know, I'm already suffering all this pain all the time. And then this guy comes and just like drills my body, you know? I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what are you doing? But anyway, he gets this like thick chunk of hard wood that's sort of long and smooth, like almost like a big, thick thumb.
Yeah.
And there's a video of a short video on the video I posted that's a longer one because he did this for like the whole session almost.
Besides with your weight training, do you have any other goals that you're striving for?
Yeah, don't die, I guess. That's it. Just, you know, had a lot of suicidal ideation lately, and I'm just trying to not die. Thanks for the donation, Cum.
But just driving it like 2 inches into my neck as I'm lying on the side, like 2 inches deep, and just dragging it up into my muscles. And like, I'm pretty heavily like medicated. There's no possible other way to do it. I was actually looking into all kinds of things, man. Like there's this stuff called treatment. I don't know if it's called this, but it's basically getting treated under anesthesia. I was like,
Right.
dude, I want to see if I can find an anesthetist so that you, my massage therapist, can come. They knock me out, and you just go hard, maybe with another guy. Like, and I was speaking to pain management doctors about this and stuff, trying to make it happen. Couldn't make it happen in Bali, but yeah. So anyway, like, you know, it was a wild experience, dude. And yeah, we did that a few times, and like it made some sort of progress. But the problem was that it wasn't a mechanical issue. It wasn't like my neck was a problem. It was that the amount of stress in my head was causing so much tension in my body. And then I'm resisting it by like hating how much pain I'm in, causing more stress, not sleeping basically at all, like all year, literally not sleeping. And just all of these things are compounding. And yeah, so you know, I don't know. There was a lot of.
It's like you're stressed. Yeah, you're stressed because of the pain, and the pain's coming because you're stressed, and you can't sleep because of the pain, and then you get more stressed, which leads to more pain. As a fucking nightmare,
and
man.
I'm on all these opioids, so I'm not like thinking. All right, how should I think? What's going on in my head? All that's going on in my head is me being aware of how much pain I'm in. So I'm not like doing good practices of like, no, just think positive, just chill, just like be okay with what's going on. Like how? You know, it was just too much.
Right.
But after a lot of
yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say after a lot of like education, because I'm reading books about back pain. I'm reading books about chronic pain. I'm watching all these videos on. I'm speaking to this person. I'm speaking to that person. So like every professional in my, you know, 1 to 1.5 hour vicinity. And anyway, like the thing that it was is a combination of things, but like.
Stay strong, man. Us vegans and the animals need you.
Yeah, thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate it.
To try to summarize this, and this can be, it's not just like chronic neck pain or chronic back pain. You know, people are already aware that stress can cause stomach ulcers. Stress can cause insomnia. Certain types of stress, I believe, and I think it's, you know, I've had cancer. I really believe that a certain type of stress I caused my own cancer with. So like I'm already well aware of the mind-body connection, you know, like you think about sucking on a lemon and your mouth waters. There's no lemon there. So there's like a powerful thing happening here. And basically there's mainly a specific personality type, which I fit pretty well. It can be other people too, but a lot of people with a similar personality type to me, and there's a list of things, I can't bother to explain everything, and I won't be able to do it justice that well, but basically certain types of people and especially in our line of work, bro, we internalize our rage. Now, rage can come anytime in the day. It can be a small thing, like you drop something, you're like, shit, you know, or someone cuts you off, and like everyone's aware of road rage. That's a pretty good example where people are getting really fired up over like just little things. And these things happen. And if you're already suffering, like you already got a short of.
Hey boy, sit up straight. Turn that light on. Say I'm happy, I'm happy. Go on, do it. Right now. Say my name is Vegan Gains and I'm happy. It will make you happy, trust me. Do it or else. Happy, 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 AHHH.
Thanks for the advice, but I'm not gonna do that. Thanks for the donation, Gigliardo.
And all these kinds of things. You're not sleeping as well. You're a bit more agitated. So like, or us, you know, we're like, hey, you know what's really bad? Animal cruelty. Agree, right? Yeah. So veganism, right? And everyone's like, animal cruelty is bad. Yeah. Veganism. Oh, no. And it's like, you know, this like a little bit of rage.
Yeah.
And to try to be a good activist, an effective activist, you're like, no, just be patient. Like, these people just don't get it. I didn't get it once either. But like after a while, you know, or like if you're just engaging with the wrong people, not people who are actually a little bit open-minded, we're doing it on social media. So we're exposed to everybody. And everybody means like the bottom of the barrel people who literally just come to try to piss you off. That's like their goal. They'll say anything, even if they don't mean shit. And so you're like, you know, sometimes your defenses are down. Sometimes you're just not doing things the best way, and these things get to you and get you. And then like, you know, I had a big year last year since we spoke. A lot has gone down, man. A lot has gone down. And I was like, I've just reached my point of I've lost my patience. Like I just need to see more results with this animal rights movement. Like, and people need to just get their shit together and stop buying meat and stop buying all this stuff. Like, just stop it, guys. This is so wrong and so obvious. Your excuses are so pathetic. You know, just fucking let's move on.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like, you know, it just got to me, and I just had a moment, and I was just feeling like, you know, a lot of people look up to me as an activist. How should I be, James? You know, like, help me out. I went vegan because I want to speak for the animals. And so I got to a point where I was like, well, I don't know if I'm actually the best role model. Like,
This too shall pass.
Sure. Thanks, one. Appreciate it.
super trying to be all peaceful and like understanding with people. And I'm seeing other activists who are like hardcore, who I love. You know, I love everybody doing it, but I'm seeing other people like, maybe I should be more like that. Like, where's the Malcolm X dude? You know, Gary Oski gone.
Right.
Like, where's that? And I just felt like, oh, I don't really see that so much. At least it's there a lot, but not amongst the people with the big social media audience, really. And I just felt like I just need to put those shoes on and go down this path. And, you know, I just felt called to that. And I needed to know, like, I needed to know what would happen. I just needed to do it.
Yep.
But it came with a really lot of baggage. Like, I felt like I was up against.
Current status, horny.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Eric. Appreciate the donation.
The world already, telling everyone this is an animal holocaust. This is not a joke. This animal rights needs to be taken seriously. This is an anti-Holocaust movement. And, you know, aside from going up against all the people who think that that's a crazy thing to say, which is 90 whatever percent of the world, then there's like 90% of the vegans or whatever, 50%, I don't know, who are like, hey, what are you doing, bro? Like, first of all, what happened to you used to be chill, and that's why we like you. And secondly, what are you doing? Stop saying this. This is like turning people away. And I'm like,
Could be $20, liberal cities for you, vote red. Had enough yet, New York. That's pretty gross.
If you won the freeze peach debate, why are you too much of a pussy to upload it? Oh yeah, it's because you look like an unhinged enraged tranny who just learned how to ad hominem. Free speech is the best right because it's used to defend the other rights.
Well, thanks, Red. Appreciate it.
Like, this just needs to be said. You know, I need to say it. I need to have said all these things. These are my thoughts. I just need to express my feelings towards animal rights in this way. And it was intense, man. It was an intense year. Like, and then on top of that, there was a whole bunch of other stuff that we talked about in our last podcast regarding, I would just describe it as a lot of people making some huge assumptions and claims against me that were like criminal, basically claiming that I did a pump and dump scheme, claiming that I took donation money and ran and like had no intention of doing anything with it and things like this.
I'm not sure what cryptocurrency he was relying on again, but pretty much all these cryptos where you expect them to, 2x or more, they're all pump and dump schemes.
If you kill yourself, I'm unsubbing.
I'll keep that in mind. Explanation Saxby. Like, these minor crypto coins where they have no value practically, and then, they surge and spike for a bit, and then, they crash back down. Like, they're all pump and dumps. I can't remember what crypto he was relying on. There's some weird one. He said it was based off of some energy network or some shit. I don't know why it matters if it's a pump and dump scheme. If he makes money off of it, like, that was the whole point.
And like, this is just, again,
If there were hate speech laws, what's stopping a tyrannical government from declaring a marginalized/oppressed group speaking out against discrimination and inequality as hate speech? Hate speech laws are literal fascism. You're drunk off the Kool-Aid.
Well, what would stop a government from doing that is having hate speech laws that have a definition. Hate speech isn't just something that offends you, dumbass. Thanks for the nation, stupid. I fucking hate you.
Any word back from Sneeko on getting his channel back? Don't let him stiff you on the 5% commission, man. That's like 10 grand in your pocket. Make that sweet, sweet cheddar, brah.
Yeah, no MCN, no multi-channel network is willing to work with him because of some of the crazy, stupid, sexist shit he said, his association with Andrew Tate, so they're all refusing to help him, including my network. So his only hope right now is to get a lawyer and see if he can do something, down that route, but no network is willing to sign with him. Thanks for the nation, Adam.
I'm just sort of talking about the build-up of internalized rage.
Yeah.
This is on top of a long list of bullshit already been said about me over the years, like a long list. I've literally seen everything. Like, James Aspey's racist. He's anti-Semitic. He cheated on his girlfriends. He's a woman abuser. He killed a puppy. He fundraised for his wedding. Like, the list just goes on and on. And it's just like wild shit. So internalized rage, like, fuck everybody. This is so stupid. Another bullshit thing. And anyway, so I'm fighting, like, just do my best to stay, like, just to do my thing, just to do what I felt was right in this time. And lead by example in a different way and reach a different audience because the message and the delivery is different. So people will respond in a new way to this. Because, like, what kind of triggered this was I was still seeing some people that were close to me, like family members and that, not immediate family, but sort of close, like, that still just weren't doing it, still just weren't vegan after all these years. And, like, just like, man, you need to kick up the ass. Like, I'm too nice. I'm too soft with you. You need to be told that what you're doing is disgusting, and it disgusts me. and you should be disgusted, and you should do something about that. It should be a top priority. That's where I was at. And during all this, man, like, as I said in my video, hate crept in. It didn't matter if someone was totally ignorant, had never had a conversation with a vegan. If I saw that they weren't vegan, I'd just be like, this person, animal abuser. Like, just anger, you know, not like, oh, this poor person, they haven't got this message yet. You know, I'm so grateful for this message. I should share something with them, just give them another step forward kind of thing. Anyway, so hate crept in, and then I was just thinking about everything wrong, and didn't realize how stressful this was until I'm like really suffering, like barely getting off the ground, sort of being like, what the hell's wrong with me? Like, why can't I walk? Why am I in so much pain? What's going on here? This is actually freaking me out. Like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, maybe it's, you know, I'm trying to think of my thoughts. I'm watching all this like Dr. Joe Dispenza stuff and just trying to open my mind to possibilities. And I started observing my mind. I'm like, whoa, I'm so mad at the world. Like, I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. You know, I hadn't been meditating and doing all these self-care rituals that I used to do for so many years as an activist. I'm just fighting all the time. And like, we're just trying to like, So anyway, it just led to like a really, really bad place, bro.
It seemed like at the time, I think a lot of people thought you were having some kind of like, I don't even know what to call it, almost like an explosion of not, I wouldn't have said hate, but like a kind of fuck it, you know, fuck everything, fuck everyone, and everyone who speaks again, fuck all of you, and it felt like a very kind of explosive.
Except there is not definition. Hate speech is literally whatever someone deems hateful or not. It's subjective, leading to a slippery slope. It's socially acceptable to call white people racists, conservatives Nazis, and that's never considered hate speech.
Any time that you're going to define a concept, there's going to be some level of subjectivity to it. Threats of violence are not covered under free speech laws. A violent threat is subjective. There are certain things that are clearly violent threats. There are things that clearly aren't, and then there's things in between. I don't know how that would be a basis for getting rid of hate speech laws. You can define them. There's going to be some level of subjectivity, but they'll be specific enough where, no, you can't just define any speech you don't like as hate speech. Go fuck yourself, Kid Boo. Thanks for the donation.
Time for you. And I think I would speak for a lot of people, like even supporters. I think the breaking point for a lot of people wasn't actually the Holocaust stuff, because Joey says that stuff too. Like, you know, and lots of activists say like it's an animal Holocaust. I don't think that was necessarily a lot of people's like point where they were like, oh, you know, he's too extreme or whatever. I think a lot of people really turned off or got confused with the whole.
I shitted and cammed in my pants accidentally. AMD, my girlfriend isn't here to change my. What in the hell am I supposed to do now?
Just get in the bathtub, I guess. Thanks for the donation, I'm Demon Wolf.
Of all those accusations, that's where I think a lot of people were like confused and aggressive actually as well. I mean, looking back and all now, you seem in a way better place, by the way. Even I know our live stream was good fun and all, but I've got to be honest, you do seem a lot happier now than then. For sure, you seem more calm, more like yourself, like the guy that I remember. That live stream, as I said, we had a good laugh, but I was thinking like, this feels like a different type of James Aspey that I'm used to.
Let me explain that, bro. Let me explain that. So,
hey, dumbass, you forgot to turn on your light, lol. Also, is Cara Delevingne's recent transformation natty?
I didn't forget to turn on my light. I don't want it on. Eyes are hurting.
Do you realize with all the controversies you've been through your YouTube career how someone can say you've spread hate speech? And no, a call to action isn't subjective. If I said it gonna kill you, that's a direct threat. Not free speech, dumbass nigger.
That's great, Kid Boo. Don't care. She becoming mentally ill or something? She like addicted to crack or some shit? Ew.
The drama.
Weird.
So another thing that changed with me, because all of a sudden, like, I've got so many people on my case, right? Vegans,
Yeah.
so many people attacking me, accusing me, saying all this bullshit about me.
Richard I sympathize with your depression, but without the light being on, I don't think Ben Shapiro will be able to fap to this stream. You know how he likes his big brawny black men.
Well, Ben will have to go into Pornhub. Thanks for the donation, Adam.
Writing articles about me, making videos about me, creating groups specifically to hate me, memes about me, all this shit, right?
That was crazy.
And that I fucking do not believe I deserved. Like, they don't understand what happened. They're just like, oh, this must equal this, must equal this. So James Aspey equals scam artist, con artist, etc., etc. They don't understand the whole situation at all. And so, and like, you know, I can explain certain things, and yeah, we can talk more about it if you want. But let me just explain that personality that you were seeing. So I wasn't talking to my supporters anymore. I was almost specifically just like taunting my haters, just just like troll taunt mode, just like, you know, just because that's who I felt like I was. Just that's all I could see, man.
Yeah,
you know, that's almost all I could see. I didn't see the love that was still there. I could just see all this other shit. So I felt like I was just that was my audience, you know. So I was just being a bit of a smartass and like, yeah. And it was you know, they say like you can have 1,000 positive things said about you and one negative thing, and you would just think about that negative thing.
That's 100%.
It was a similar sort of situation.
Yeah,
I've learned so much through this, bro. Like, you know, fuck, I've learned so much about it's really forced me. You know, I'm so grateful for all those people like talking shit. I'm so grateful for it because it's forced me to really self-analyze who I am, my intentions, my actions, my goals, you know, like my ethics. Who am I? And it's been great, mate, because before I feel like if people said things about me, I might be like, oh, maybe I am that, or, you know, that like I wasn't as sturdy. I wasn't like as rock solid in who I am and what I believe and what I want and how I show up in this world. And it really forced me to get clear on all that. And so it's been an excellent journey of self-discovery.
It's good to a silver lining to it, because it was pretty heavy at one point. I mean, there were people like doing like YouTube series just to, you know, try and shit on you. But like, I mean,
that's another thing, bro. Just like, just quickly, like, you know, that's right. There was a
Jasmine looks like Peter Green.
3-part documentary came out from someone who was spending time with us, who was on like antipsychotic medication or something like that. You know, this wasn't a healthy-minded person. She puts this wildly chopped story together that tells this whole story in this totally inaccurate way. And I'm just watching it literally with popcorn, just like, well, this is interesting. But like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to respond to every single bit of bullshit about me. Like, that'd be my whole life. So anyway, it was like, you know, and at this time I was like, all right, ideally, if everything works out, none of this is going to matter in the future. So I'm just going to sit with it, deal with it. Like, it's going to come at me. I just do my best to continue on my mission. And I did that, and I pushed on as hard as I could until February this year. And I was like, I actually need to stop now, because if I don't focus on my healing right now, like, I don't know how to live like this. Like, I can't live like this. I don't know how much longer I will survive.
Yeah.
It's got into that point. Step aside social media. I was just planning, oh, maybe in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be sweet. 8 months later, finally, I'm like, okay, I can take a deep breath now. I am out of the worst of it for sure. So
Yeah, man. No, it definitely got heavy. And now that you're like feeling better and like you're able to look at things more objectively, like so referring back to what I mentioned there, I think the breaking point for a lot of people was around the like let's call it Cryptogate. Like that was for a
Yeah.
lot of people, for a lot of people that supported you, that was kind of a turning point for them, which is you know, which is sad because there is your side of all of that. But I mean, looking back, when you look at how it all went down, is there anything that you would have done differently looking now? Is there anything you would change?
I can't say that I have genuine regrets because of where I'm at now, and like so much good stuff is happening, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of it a lot of it is because of how it all went down. Like as I just said, so much good that has come from all that hate and negativity, and like forcing me to just get to this like level I've never been at of just do what I want, say what I want, feel what I want, and all that doesn't stop me. Before I might have been like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this or that because this will happen or that will happen, and people will think this or think that. Like, mate, I'm beyond that now, and that's taken a long time. You know, being on social media, you are like susceptible to these kinds of attacks, and different things have happened over the years. But after a while, you just get strong, and this nearly killed me, and then I just went bang, got super like strong from it once I started understanding what was happening and a different perspective. But like, I'll say a couple of things about it. First of all, a lot of the people, like, because so what happened was, like, just to recap for anybody who missed it or can't remember or whatever, I said I had an opportunity, and I said an excellent opportunity, and I said if anybody's ever thought about donating to me, now would be the best time. Bunch of people donated. I raised nearly 10,000 Australian dollars, about six and a bit thousand US dollars. Good, great. Not like $100,000, not $1 million or anything. You know, still a fairly modest amount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's nothing, but I didn't like go on this rampage of every week, come on, donate. Just like one time or something, I asked, hey, if you want to donate, this is a good time to do it. I have an opportunity here. Now, I'd say the vast majority of people who had a problem with me doing that, me doing it in a way that wasn't transparent. I never said I was going to be transparent. I said, I've got an opportunity. You want to do it? Then your choice. No one's like, I only donate if you tell me what it is. I'm like, cool. Well, like right now, nah. I'm not in a place where I can.
So, I'm not James, and I haven't seen all the like hate messages and shit he's gotten, but I think the controversy was with his regular Patreon donors who weren't comfortable with him using the money to do that crypto thing he was doing. Obviously, if somebody's gonna give like some weird, vague thing saying they have some business opportunity, please donate. I don't think they have any room to complain if they donate after he says that.
Do that right now. So it's all good. Don't worry about it. Other people are like, yeah, man, I trust you. Like, go. Here you go. Here's $10. Here's $20. Whatever. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, because like this isn't a common thing for me to ask for donations and to say something like this, like, you know, for the vast majority of the years as an activist, I'd do my free speech and then I'd stand at my booth selling T-shirts. I did hundreds of free speeches. Like, I wasn't charging, which I could have charged thousands of dollars just for one speech, probably the amount that it was given to me on that time. Like, this is what people do when they're effective public speakers. But anyway, so this happens. Money comes in. A lot of the people who were pissed, they were never going to donate. They're just already haters. They're like, opportunity, James Aspey, what are you doing? Scam artists. There's a lot of people that don't like me. They've heard a bunch of shit that's not true. I've seen it all happen. Like, oh, that's what happened. That's what he did. oh, I don't like him anymore. It's like, oh, well, that's annoying because this person respected me, supported me. I probably helped them go vegan. Now they've read some bullshit. They're gone. Okay, like whatever. But this is just an annoying part of being me and like other people in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I said once I saw people were getting upset, I was like, oh guys, look, if anybody wants their money back, let me know. I'll give it back. 2 people asked for it back. 2 people got it back straight away. I was like, cool, everybody else is chill with it. All right, so I'm going to continue on with my mission here. And I did that. Soon later, I wanted to give other people an opportunity to also take this opportunity. Things have changed where I can't go into too much detail about like how this came about or whatever, but I can just say that when I did that video, guys, here's an opportunity potentially. Do your own research. This isn't financial advice, but check this out. Energy Web Token. It's a excellent project. It is backed, like got some serious backers. This isn't a joke. Like this isn't a meme.
So James would have bought it when it was like nothing. And looks like at its peak, Jesus, it multiplied by about 40 times. And if he sold at the best time, he would have sold it here. And I'm actually surprised it's still worth $4. Nowish. It's hovering around 250, 450-ish. So it's still a somewhat valuable coin.
Coin. You know, this is backed by Shell Oil, and it's a positive thing for reducing
Is it backed by Shell Oil? Never heard anything about Shell Oil.
Dillo159 wants to debate you on buying non-vegan cat food and how it can be vegan. He is agnostic on if it's vegan or not to take home a stray cat and give them non-vegan cat food. He leans toward it not being vegan, to do that. But he isn't convinced.
Maybe some other time I can debate him on that. I just can't do it right now. Thanks for the donation, Phil. Partnerships with Volkswagen, DENA, Sonangroup, Petroleum Authority of Thailand. Don't know anything about Shell Oil.
Climate damage and things like that. This is good, right? We can get behind this as vegans. That's how I saw it. And, you know, I don't know, maybe not. I got a feeling here something epic might be about to happen, right? So, hey, I want vegans to be well off. Like, just throwing that out there. There you go. Almost like within days after that video, this thing started exploding. Went up 300%, stayed up for the next few months at least. It was a good opportunity. That's a big shift to triple your money. That's big. People are like, you did a pump and dump. Now, this coin, this token, Energy Web token, had a 300 or 300.
Look, the speculation on a coin.
PLS React, I think you forgot to turn on your light. What's the point of having a reaction stream if we can't see your sexy face, you fucking retard?
I didn't forget to turn on my light. I turned it off because my eyes hurt.
So we have a pastor here, guys, by the name of Jamal Bryant.
I'll react to that later. Explanation, dude. So, I don't know how he defines pump and dump, but the speculation on a new coin and people buying the coin is going to artificially raise the value temporarily. And it peaked at $22, and right now it's sitting at $4, and it started off at like half a cent. So yeah, if you bought it when it was like only a few cents, or you sold it when it was 22, and then once the price regulated, I'd call that a pump and dump.
$50 million US, $1 million market cap. What does that mean? It means that's how much money is invested into this token, $350 million. To double your money, you would need another $350 million to float in. So people are thinking that because I did this video, which got like 10,000 views, 20,000 views, got in another $350 million and then another $350 million. They think that that's what I did. I did a pump and dump, and then it all came in. I'm like, ha ha ha. Now that the $700 million extra dollars is in, just like I planned, I knew my audience was mega, mega wealthy.
I don't know what he's talking about. Like, again, if you buy the coin when it's like worth nothing and then you sell it when it's worth more, you can double your money. I don't know what this has to do with investing millions into it.
That 20,000 people that watched the video, that probably 0.005% of them maybe put in a bit of cash, probably not even. Like, you know, most people don't understand crypto. They don't know how to trade. Like most people who watch a video, there was just like, whatever, cool, interesting, but no, I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, James Aspey did a pump and dump. Now, if I was going to do a pump and dump, which I didn't even know what a pump and dump was, brother, at this point, I'm like, what the hell am I making use of? Like, I'm researching this shit.
Oh, I see what he's saying. So he thinks in order for it to be a pump and dump, he would personally have to raise the value of the coin by putting in enough money to, like, raise the cap. Yeah, no, like, it's not exactly what most people mean by that.
Pump and dump. Now, if I was going to do a pump and dump, wouldn't I do it on something like the next coin that I started talking about? And I'm going to talk about that in a second as well, Taco Cat token. Now, I need to say to anybody, buy Taco Cat. You should buy this. This is great. La, la, la. I just said, guess what, guys? I partnered up with this cryptocurrency, and they're going to donate $5,000 every week to...
Yeah, I know if you personally buy a few thousand of coin, that's not going to raise the value, but... Like, again, when there are some big buyers and there's, like, you know, speculation on the coin, and a lot of people are buying the coin because they know by a lot of people buying it, it's going to raise in value. Just because you're not personally raising the value of the coin by, you know, buying some, that doesn't mean it's not a pump and dump, at least... Like, maybe if you're being super technical and autistic on the definition, sure, but I think when people say pump and dump, they mean, you know, the...
Hey dude, I think you forgot to turn your light on. I thought to myself maybe his eyes hurt, but if that was the case he would just turn the webcam off and not have his fan base look at a black square like a fucking retard.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Are you going to watch UF 281 and can we play COD together?
I don't know if I'm gonna watch 281. I don't know what the card's like. I don't think we're gonna be playing Call of Duty later. Feeling like fucking shit. Thanks to the nation though, too. Rolling Stones, when I tell her, did you hear about one of the rappers from the rap group Migos got shot? Yeah. Apparently it was an accident because two other guys were squabbling and he got caught in the crossfire, yeah, I heard. I don't know why these stupid people go to these public places where there's, you know, just idiots. So if you don't want to get shot, don't hang around fucking violent criminal idiots. I think that's just a good strategy. Thanks for the donation, Rolling Stones.
The place of my choice. How epic is that? They end up donating $20,000, and then because people, vegans, were making videos talking about this coin being shit, they're like, dude, sorry, I know we made a deal on that, but like, look at all this negative publicity from vegans. Like, we're trying to do a good thing. We just want to get a good vibe happening of donating money and you doing your live stream, and you know, like it's all good vibes. But there's such bad.
If you was any more black, we wouldn't be able to see you on the screen. Thank God you are mixed race.
Well, thank you. Blame it on the Jews. Appreciate it.
Bad vibes. I'm like, I totally understand, bro. I don't know what these people's problem is. They're just being so ridiculously short-sighted here. You know, like, all right, so no worries, dude. Like, fully, I'm not going to try to force you into like, no, you need to keep giving me $5,000, even though I actually had to do that for the last $5,000. But anyway, so EWT. So what I'm trying to say is, if I was going to do a pump and dump, I'm going to do it with a coin like that that's only got $4 million market cap to maybe double your money. It's still not going to happen from me doing a random video to a bunch of vegans who most of them aren't investment savvy, let alone crypto investment savvy. You know?
Yep.
I genuinely did that video just out of good intention. Like, maybe some people will benefit from this, and some did. They're like, dude, I paid off my mortgage to my house. I got a message from somebody. Like, the few people, you know, like, oh man, I'm getting so much day trading from this. One other dude was like, sick, you know. I knew most people won't even resonate with this. This won't be a big video or whatever, but like, I just want to tell people about this because, you know, Anyway, like, and that's me, dude, just like being sort of probably a bit short-sighted. I'm not thinking of the big picture. I've like got so much shit going on, you know, especially at this time.
I don't know why you people in the comments are being so fucking retarded tonight. Hitler wasn't vegetarian. That was a marketing thing so that the German public would kind of forget about Hitler being an ex-terrorist who tried to take over the government with a violent coup. Hitler just said he was vegetarian so that he was more likely to get elected democratically because people would think he's a peaceful animal lover, not a crazy, insane wacko who tried to kill people.
And I'm having this like awakening of I need to be more hardcore about everything.
Right.
There's so much going on. I'm just like, I just need to make this video as well. Like, I want to tell people this. Anyway, so boom, that happens. EWT does its thing. It's mad. I'm like, I'm so stoked this actually happened. Like, yes. And then, but everyone's like, James Aspey, pump and dump, crypto scam, con artist, you know, okay, whatever. That goes down. Then I'm like, see this other opportunity. So I'm like, I'm not going to not take this opportunity to donate to sanctuaries and vegan organizations just because people can be like, oh, cryptocurrency, oh, scam again, which they did. And I'm like, where's the scam here? We donated $20,000. What scam are you guys talking about? Can you show me the scam? Do you have any proof? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But whatever. I knew that was going to happen. And I knew it was going to be at my detriment of my reputation. But I was like, whatever. I'm getting $20,000 to animal sanctuaries and shit. Who cares? My reputation already been shit lately. I don't even care. So I go to that. That's that. And then like, man, it ain't my fault. But crypto went from having like a 3 trillion, like I might get these numbers a little bit wrong, but just let me do something rough. There's like $3 trillion market cap. So like everything invested in crypto, $3 trillion. And that went down. It's like boom, 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 super fast. Bang, down like 66% got taken out, went down to like 1 trillion, something like that. Everything suffered, not just EWT, like every single crypto project, and a lot of them did way worse than what EWT did. So like it is what it is. That's crypto. Anybody who's already involved in crypto knows it's volatile, man.
Well, everything took a shit. It wasn't just crypto. It was like
the whole the world economy.
Yeah,
the world
everything
economy.
Took a shit.
It's like James Aspey like made us all buy into this thing, and it was like that. And then he dumped it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate everyone thinks I'm so powerful, but I'm actually not doing what you guys think I'm doing. So anyway, so that happens. Now, I mentioned the last thing I ever talked about when it comes to crypto, and that was killed. And I thought, oh, we're on a good thing here too. Like, fuck it. I think I sent it to you, and you're like, dude, you're going to talk about crypto again? I'm like, who cares at this point? But anyway, I was like, dudes, like, I'm just throwing this out there. I think this is going to be a good thing. Do your own research, not financial advice. You know, like I don't expect anyone to just hear it and be like, boom. I expect people to be like, what is this? Is it good? Da, da, da. You know, and it wasn't good just because nothing was. It was like, and then it was like, boom, down. All right, you know, man, that wasn't a deliberate thing by me. That wasn't. And I told people, actually, I said many times, I responded to every single comment that asked, where do I buy this? And I said, actually, don't buy this until it's on a bigger exchange. And to my knowledge, and nearly a year later, is it? I don't know how long it is later. Nearly a year later, it's still not on a bigger exchange. So like, if people took that on,
right,
no harm done. But anyway, I didn't hear from anybody who said, dude, I went in on that, and man, what happened? Not a single person.
Yeah.
And if she went down, I assume I would have heard. So by that point, I was just throwing it out there. I'm like, whatever. I didn't get paid for any of those things. If people think like I didn't get paid for nothing, I didn't get paid by Taco Cat. I probably could have, but I was like, let's give it donation money, dude. Like, who cares? This is.
So the night after I was talking about how rap music is dangerous, another rapper named Takeoff from the famous group Migos was shot and killed over a game of dice. Rap and hip-hop culture is dangerous. No other genre of music has this senseless violence.
Thanks, Dylan. Steam Deck $90. Cancelled my pre-order for the Steam Deck because I snagged a pre-owned one for $300. Honestly, well worth it. Also, did you ever play these games? Never played Def Jam. I did play Bloody Roar, but I don't think it was Bloody Roar 3. Can't remember which one. Thanks for the donation, Steam Deck.
This is Matt. I'll do a podcast, whatever, like, or whatever I was doing, just interviewing people and that. Okay, so did I cover everything? Oh, the donation money. So let me go back up. I feel like I covered the crypto scam shit. Like, I don't know. If you got questions, let me know. But I don't really know what else to say about that. Like,
well, I got two questions, but like one of them's related to the donations actually. So I don't know if you're. Okay. Maybe I can ask the question. You can answer, and then the other one's related. So basically, I just want to make two kind of like questions or statements and see if you agree with them or. So do you think that looking at when you first put out there and said, hey, you know, donations, bring them in. This is a good time to donate to me. Do you think if you could, would you adapt that and say and add a caveat that says, by the way, this is not going to a sanctuary, this is something else. I will tell you soon. Because that I think that little thing is what people got, you know, flipped out on.
I think if you donated to him after he made that video, it was pretty clear it was some kind of like either business thing or something related to crypto. Like, again, it was very vague. He wasn't very specific, so I don't think you have any room to complain if you donated to him.
They thought it was going to a sanctuary or something, or you're going to build a sanctuary, right?
Listen, man, I don't know why people just assume James Aspey's going to build a sanctuary now after
because you're an animal rights activist, man.
fuck, mate? Like, so do you know how much shit animal rights activists can do that doesn't involve building a sanctuary? I have no interest in building a sanctuary. I have way more goals before build a sanctuary. There's a lot of sanctuaries out there that are already struggling. Like, I'd rather just help sanctuaries that already exist. You know, I don't want to just build another one and start asking for donations when other ones are already begging for donations. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? I'd rather try to accumulate mad wealth. That was my goal, and that's still my goal, and things are looking super, super promising. So I can talk a little bit about that. I can also tell you, I'll get to that a little bit later.
All right.
So, like, no, I don't think I did the wrong thing there. Honestly, man, like, everyone's just like, what? I thought you were going to build a sanctuary. Why? Why would you? When have I ever said I want to build a sanctuary? Never. I've never implied that ever. Like, that's your fault for just assuming randomly I want to build a sanctuary. I don't have that desire, and I've never made out like, I'm like, oh, guys, can you just donate to me? You know, it might be not sanctuary related. Like, I didn't do anything like that. So I think it's a pretty weird jump people made personally. But whatever.
I think that I think that was one example. Obviously, I think I think it maybe Ed had kind of set the tone for that because it's exactly what he did. You know, I think maybe that was. I know, but like, I think that was maybe the vibes that people were getting. Like, oh, he's gonna build something, or he's gonna do something like, and you know, very like directly with animals at this moment. That this is going to be some kind of campaign, some kind of, you know, I think because that's the vibe because of you being such a prominent activist. You know, they got that vibe.
Mate, listen, I'm a prominent activist because I'm so passionate, and I haven't stopped since I heard the word vegan. I'm like, that I need to be, and now everyone else around me needs to be it, and now I just need to not talk for a year so that I can spread it. Do as every speech that I get invited to for free, I'll spread the shit out of this message, like, until the job is done or I'm dead. Okay, and people are like, this guy's legit. He fucking cares. He's going on and on and on about this. He doesn't shut up about this. Every day he's talking about this. He's battling all the time. You know, like, and that's what I did, mate. So they're like, so that's why prominent activists. All of a sudden, I'm a scam artist. I'm throwing everything I built away for $6,000. Are you fucking kidding me? That's so stupid. Like, that's so stupid, mate. So, like, and what I mean by it's so stupid is, like, to think that I would throw everything away just for that little bit of money is, again,
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
So, like, let me say, I am doing something for that. Like, that ain't going in my pocket. I've got mad goals, dude. My goal.
We call you globe heads. Sun sheep or sun cucks. I'm smarter than any of these idiot scientists. It's funny how free thinkers like myself understand the truth.
That's good to know, dude. Appreciate the donation.
Goals are beyond, I want to open a sanctuary. Like, I want to be able to fund, like, projects, vegan projects, get things going on. Transition farms into plant farms, right? Like, other shit, you know? I want to work more directly like that. I don't want to, sanctuary ain't my vibe. Like, I appreciate them. I think they're super important, but, you know, and I'm super, like, go Ed, that's mad. And, like, anyone else who does it, sick. I never implied I wanted to do that. But what I do want to do is everything I can to help create a vegan world. That's what I've done from the beginning.
I had the second point of this question, by the way. So that was the first point. The second point. So your channel and your content, it didn't necessarily pivot. You did almost like I don't know what you would call it. It wasn't a gentle transition into, like, let's talk about money. It was like one day you weren't doing it, and the next day you were like, guys, crypto, we're going to talk about coins, to an audience that, like, let's be honest, mate, like, most people in the world doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on. What is crypto? They think everyone thinks it's a scam. They don't know how to buy coins. They don't know how to sell coins. You know, they don't know how to use exchanges. It's like a different language, right? So, like, looking back on that, do you think it's fair to say that it was like it was a pretty big jump, and that's maybe why people just you know, either weren't expecting it, or some people jumped to the conclusion that it was a scam?
Bro, I guess this is my mistake. I thought I had built enough credibility over the years to just be able to do, like, guys, this is what's going on right now. Here it is. Maybe this is good opportunities for you. Check it out. But I know most of you, 99% of you, have no interest in crypto. Cool. But for those few vegans that do, hey, this might be massive for you. And maybe then you can do mad shit. Don't know. I wasn't expecting, like, oh, as soon as he talks about crypto, this guy's a scam artist, con artist. Like, I was like, where is this coming from? And dude, that's what I want to say. There's a lot of people, including I'd say more vegans than anybody. Like, I have more vegans that have a problem with me than any other group out there. There's a lot of jealous people. There's a lot of envious people. There's a lot of people who've been vegan longer than me who haven't maybe had the successes in their activism or been able to ask for donations when they needed it, probably felt like I didn't deserve what I had. You know, all these kind of things. Like, there's like anger. There's already like anger from this whole situation, being a vegan in this world.
Yep.
And like, then people also believe all these things about me that they've heard, you know, that rumors get.
I'm just gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate the donations at Streamlabs.